Okay, we are going over brand categories and price point classifications for mass produced apparel. This is chapter 3 in your text, just a few short pages 17 to 21. There are 3 primary brand categories for mass produced products. They're branded, and then within the branded category, there's branded or national brand or wholesale brand. Private label, which is broken down into private label brands and store brands, and then licensed brands. So the 3 main categories are branded, private brands, and licensed brands. Branded are products sold under a trademarked name to retailers that sell other branded products. Some examples of branded products are Coach, Jockey, Levi's, Seven Jeans, and so those are brands. And then there's retailers who sell branded products, like Target, JCPenney's, Macy's, and Nordstrom's. Private brand are products developed under a trademarked name owned by a retailer for the purpose of increasing margin to compete with other branded products. Distribution and sale of private brand goods are restricted to the retailer or company developing them. And there are 2 types of private brand distinctions. There's the private label and the store brands. And I know we've already gone over these a little bit, but I just want to reiterate. Private brand, private label is merchandise developed by a retailer to sell in a store alongside other branded products. So for examples, St. John's Bay at JCPenney's and Brass Plum brand at Nordstrom's. So there's the Brass Plum department, there's the Brass Plum brand, but then that's also sold with other brands in that department. So it's a private label through Nordstrom's, specifically for Nordstrom. The store brand is merchandise developed by a retailer under the same trademark name as the store, and they sell only private brand merchandise. So some examples of that are Abercrombie & Fitch. Anything sold at Abercrombie & Fitch is only Abercrombie & Fitch. Same with American Eagle, J. Crew, Gap, and Eddie Bauer, which is different to Nordstrom, where they sell a variety of private brands that are not store brands. Licensed brand, this are products developed as a result of a contractual agreement between 2 companies granting exclusive permission to a manufacturer or retailer to develop, produce, and sell products using another firm's trademarked name, logo, image, character, or exclusive brand name. The licensing agreements can include the development of branded products, private brand products, or a combination of the 2. Some examples of licensed brands is American Living, which is created by Global Brand Concepts, which is a division of Polo Ralph Lauren, which is exclusively sold at JCPenney's. There's the Martha Stewart licensed brand, which is sold exclusively for Macy's. And then there's Simply Vera by Vera Wang that is sold at Kohl's. Okay, price point classifications. There are 5 general price classifications for mass-produced apparel products. So when we're talking about price is the amount designated by the seller to be paid by the consumer in exchange for a product or service. Price point refers to the range of prices, lowest to highest, upon which competitive products are offered in the marketplace. The 5 price point classifications are budget, moderate, better, bridge, and designer. And when determining a price point classification, products should be distinctive enough in quality, the quality level of fabrics and findings, the construction techniques and details, so the consumer can discern the differences and know, oh, this is a budget price point or this is a better bridge, etc. First classification, budget. This is the lowest category for mass-produced apparel products and is geared towards a wide range of market segments. There's mass market appeal for value-driven products, and the low prices distinguish brands within this price category. Some examples are H&M, Joe Boxer, Exhilaration, Kmart, Old Navy. And within the budget price point, it's important to know the difference between retailers that offer budget price point and brands. And of course, retailers such as Kmart will offer brands like Joe Boxer, but Old Navy is a private store, and they only offer their private brand at their store. So it's important to be able to distinguish the difference. The next price point classification is the moderate price point, and this is with average prices for mass-produced apparel with products that are geared towards meeting the needs of middle-income families and individuals. It has broad appeal, value, and quality in relation to price are important factors for selection at this price point. Examples of retailers in the moderate price point would be Gap, JCPenney's, The Limited. Examples of brands within this price point would be Lee Jeans, Arizona Jeans, and Style & Co. So again, it's important to distinguish the difference between moderate price point retailers and brands and know that they are not two in the same. The better price point classification is above average prices for mass-produced apparel products with the consumer perception and expectation of better quality fabrics and more advanced construction details. Retailers within the better price point classification are Anthropologie, Banana Republic, Dillard's, J. Crew. Brand examples would include Calvin Klein, Jones of New York, Nine West, and Polo Ralph Lauren. So the retailers, Anthropologie and Banana Republic, they have their own private brand, and Dillard's carries a variety of brands such as Calvin Klein, Nine West, and Polo. The bridge price point classification is mass-produced apparel products priced, wow, that's quite the alliteration there, a lot of P's. Okay, mass-produced apparel products priced between the better and designer price point, but the consumer has the expectation of high quality fabrics and elements of designer apparel, but at a lower price. This is a smaller target market than the better price categories. Retailers include Nordstrom's, DKNY, Saks Fifth Ave. Brands include Marc by Marc Jacobs, Anne Klein, and Rebecca Taylor. So in the bridge category, the retailers here, Nordstrom, Saks Fifth Ave, and DKNY, and again, some of the brands. The last price point classification is designer, and this is the highest price category for mass-produced apparel products with exclusive design, high-quality fabrics, and construction details for a narrowly defined niche target market. These types of retailers are Barney's New York, Bergdorf Goodman, Fred Segal, and brands. Designer brand names include Armani, Chanel, Dior, Escada, Gucci, and there are many more. So again, I just want to reiterate that there are retailers that offer designer price point items. And then there are brands that are sold at the retailers, but sometimes the brands will have their own exclusive store. So it's just important to know the difference between the store um, and brand classification or categories, as well as the difference between the price point classifications. So be sure to review the differences between those a little bit, because we'll do an activity in class where we look at brands and retailers and work on defining them in the proper category.